I've been part of the sneaker community for well over a decade, and honestly it's been really solid. I've collected hundreds of sneakers, made some really good unintentional investments, and the best part, I've met hundreds of dope sneaker collectors that share the same love for sneakers as I do. But just like any other community, it could be toxic and sometimes plain out just annoying. So in this video, I'll be going over 5 things I hate that sneakerheads say. So this list doesn't only include sneakerheads in the community, but also people that are outside of the community. Starting with number 1. I hate it when sneakerheads say, don't wear those are bricks. I hear this being said so many times. Are like sneakerheads not supposed to wear shoes that are sitting on shelves? Not every dope sneaker sells out. Like, that's a fact.
Oh,
that's just horrible.
I ain't got these in a 9.
You like those? I probably do, but I don't like those. Those are bricks.
Oh,
I can't let you be seen in public with them.
that's a fact.
And you sneakerheads almost got me with this take. You thought these were so bad because of not being true to the OGs. The leather quality on these are great. Definitely one of the better sneakers dropped this year. And I got them for a stupid deal. I get why they say this. You know, shoes that tend to sit on shelves are not mostly liked throughout the sneaker community. The supply was either too high and the demand was too low, which means that not a lot of sneaker connoisseurs really like these kicks, which is totally fine. Sneaker collecting is supposed to be unique for every individual sneaker collector. I've been collecting Nike SBs for a long time now, and back then, almost every dunk that is now worth hundreds to thousands of dollars used to sit on shelves at your local skate shop. Most famously were Stussys, De La Solos. Those actually made it to the outlets, which I was able to score. And even everyone's favorite, the Tiffany Dunk Lows. Sneaker collecting should always be subjective. Always wear what you like and like what you wear. Now going to number 2. This one kind of piggybacks off number 1. I hate it when sneakerheads say, I don't know what to wear with them. This is aimed kind of towards ugly sneakers, maybe sneakers with too many colorways, too many materials, just straight up crazy looking sneakers. And this brings up my second point. Sneaker collecting is supposed to be fun and expressive to every sneakerhead. From my personal experience, the type of sneakers you wear tells a lot of what kind of sneaker collector you are, and ultimately really what kind of person you are in general. Wearing quote unquote ugly or crazy looking sneakers tell me you have a unique and fun personality. You just wear what you like and you don't care what others think. Another thing it tells me is that you're very unique into your style and probably have different fit ideas for your kicks. For example, let's talk about everyone's boring sneaker that everybody loves, the bread ones. Now, I get the importance of the sneaker and aesthetically it's a pleasing shoe to look at. But, and here's the honest truth, everyone has the same boring outfit that goes with it. Put your breads on, some denim jeans and a white tee and call it a day. Damn, like we never seen that one before. Oh. These are one of the most easiest shoes to pull off, and that's because of how simple they look. In my opinion, no different to a Panda Dunk Fit. Yeah, I said it. Just try to be you and be different to everyone else because you are. I promise you'll have more fun collecting sneakers that way. And now let's go into number 3, my lord. I hate it when sneakerheads say only blanks should wear blanks. I mostly hear non-sneakerheads say this about Nike SBs. Only skaters should wear SBs. It's only meant for skateboarding. I also hear this echoed about like Kobe basketball sneakers. Only basketball players should be wearing these. And I do agree that those sneakers were intended for those respected sports, but honestly, this is a dumb argument. You can wear whatever you want. I don't hear y'all say nothing about these old grandmas that be wearing Vans. Those are skateboarding shoes, right? Or to tell dads not to wear those Asics or New Balance because those are meant for marathon runners, or even telling New Yorkers not to wear Tims because those are meant for hiking. And I don't even think there are mountains in Brooklyn, or do they? I don't even. Let me check. I could check right now. I got the power of Google. Oh shit, I guess there is. Huh. Okay, I see the origin now. Going back to Nike SB, in the early 2000s, during the birth years of Nike SB, skaters hated them. They didn't want a big corporation like Nike interfering with their, skate culture. It wasn't until Nike SB's popularity spiked in 2019 where it was harder to buy Nike SBs. And now you get all these salty skater kids talking in the comments. Real skaters skate whatever kicks they can afford, and there are way better skate shoes out there for cheap. And now, let's go into number 4. I hate it when sneakerheads say you're not a real sneakerhead if you don't have these. Now, this is kind of a strange one. I've heard this a lot during my early years of like collecting sneakers, but it's because of my narrow interest of like only being into Nike SB. For example, I only wore Nike SB, so therefore my sneaker knowledge was very limited to Nike SB. I couldn't tell the difference between a retro Nike Dunk and a Jordan 1, and that's the honest truth. Like, it's crazy. But even as I got older and more knowledgeable of like brands like Jordan, I still don't think you owning a specific shoe makes you a true sneakerhead. While I do see the significance of some sneakers and their unique stories behind them, I feel like any sneaker could have that effect. For example, let's talk about those new Nike SB Paul Rodriguez Zoom Air Lows that released earlier this year. To most sneakerheads, these are ugly and have little to no significance. But to very few sneakerheads and skaters, these are the first Nike SB signature model. That honor going to one of the best skateboarders of all time, Paul Rodriguez. These also being nicknamed the P-Rod 1s. These first debuted back in 2005. 10 years later, Nike SB dropped their first retro in 2015, and now 20 years later in 2025, they dropped again with subtle differences. Now I know most sneakerheads don't really care or don't even try to care about this information, but I'm not going around challenging people their sneakerhead knowledge just because they don't know these sneakers. Because to me, this is not what defines what a true sneakerhead is. In my honest opinion, there's only one real factor that really deems you a sneakerhead, and that is being knowledgeable of sneakers that you wear. Whether that's knowing the nickname of the shoes, maybe the significance of the shoe, perhaps knowing the sneaker story or inspiration, or something simple as the release date or a previous retro version of them. That to me is what truly defines who really is a sneakerhead or not. Like, there's nothing wrong with just wearing shoes for just wearing shoes, right? They look nice, you saw them on the shelf and they looked appealing, but the fact that you know just a little bit of history behind it, to me, that's like the ultimate sneakerhead move. And lastly, we got number 5, and this is more targeted to non-sneakerheads, but I've definitely heard sneakerheads say this. I hate it when sneakerheads say collecting sneakers is a waste of time. I mean, that's something that I agree with. Collecting sneakers does consume a lot of your income and time, but motherfucker, that's time and income that I choose to spend. Collecting sneakers is very time consuming. I spend hours finding good deals on OfferUp on eBay all the time, but honestly, my favorite thing about collecting sneakers isn't the hours I spent mindlessly scrolling on eBay for deals, but rather the hours I spend talking to other collectors about sneakers. I have met so many cool people through the sneaker journey, people with different backgrounds of life, and even from different continents. Sneaker collecting is very universal, almost like a second language. I mean, just the other day I went to like a buddy of mine's baby shower, and this dude was wearing the Pure Money 3s, the new ones that just dropped. And I approached him just like, hey man, are those the new ones? And from his answer, I knew he was a sneakerhead. He said, yeah, these are the new ones. I had the Black Hat 3s and I want to complete the collection. I'm like, all right, I already knew it from right then. I knew he was dope from the jump, and I kid you not, we chopped it up for like a good hour, talking about Jordans, Nike SB, and even streetwear like Supreme and Bape. It's funny how something as insignificant as shoes could potentially be like the ultimate icebreaker. A simple phrase like, hey yo, those are nice kicks, could really spark a good friendship. In fact, that's how me and Nani linked up. We linked up 2 years before we started this YouTube channel, and it was because of sneakers. In my opinion, sneaker collecting is the same as collecting cards, old video games, vinyl records, or even playing in a sports team. You could really build a strong bond in the sneaker community. There's really nothing like it. Anyways, that's been another sneaker video. I'm Anthony of Heel Drag. If you really like this video, please drop a like. It really helps with the channel, and also subscribe to see future sneaker content. And as always, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.